Hello, kindergartners, and hello, young fives. It's Mrs. Hill, and it is time for Music on Monday. I did make a video for you last week on Monday, and I put it on my YouTube channel. So if you didn't get a chance to watch that, the YouTube channel link is connected to this video, so you should check it out. Last Monday, what I did was I sang a silly song about rhyming words, okay, and taking some of those rhyming words and throwing them out the window. And some of us had a lot of fun with that. I asked kids to send me some nursery rhymes that I could put into the song, and I did. Every time somebody would send me a message on Seesaw, I would make a song for them using their nursery rhyme, and I would sing it to them on Seesaw. I wanted to share some of those with you today. So before we start our new activity, you're going to hear Mrs. Hill sing some of the silly nursery rhymes that people gave me on Seesaw. Now here's your job, just like last week, because I need to get you up and get you moving around. As soon as I start singing about throwing stuff out the window, the second story window, you need to do, I call it the Russian sailor's dance, but you're going to put your hands folded like this, and then you're going to kick your legs and your feet out like this until I'm done singing about throwing stuff out the window. Okay, so you sit during the silly rhyme. Last time I did Humpty Dumpty, and I sang, Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, all the king's horses and all the king's men, they threw him out the window, the window, the window, the second story window. Make up a rhyme and say it in time and throw it out the window. So I'm going to go into my music room with the piano, and I'm going to sing for you all of the rhymes that people gave me on Seesaw. Your job is to dance around and sing if you want to. So here are some of the ideas that people sent me on Seesaw, and this is how silly they turned out. Somebody said I should do Jack and Jill. Actually, there were quite a few kids who said I should put Jack and Jill in the song. So here's what that sounds like. Get ready to dance when it's your turn. Okay, here we go. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill, threw him out the window, the window, the window, the second story window. Make up a rhyme and say it in time and throw it out the window. All right, that was one of them. Another couple of friends told me to do Itsy Bitsy Spider. Here we go. Itsy Bitsy Spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and it threw him out the window, the window, the window, the second story window. Make up a rhyme and say it in time and throw it out the window. I hope you are dancing and singing along with me because this is pretty crazy. Let's see, somebody else said, Hickory Dickory Dock was a favorite that people asked me to do. Let's see if I remember the rhyme. Hickory Dickory Dock, yeah. Hickory Dickory Dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse ran down, and we threw him out the window, the window, the window, the second story window. Make up a rhyme and say it in time and throw it out the window. Three Little Kittens. Somebody asked me to do Three Little Kittens had lost their mittens. Three little kittens lost their mittens and didn't know where to find them. Mommy dear, we fear, we fear. All right, I think that's how it goes. Let's see if I can do this one. Three little kittens had lost their mittens and didn't know where to find them. Mother dear, we fear, we fear, we threw them out the window, the window, the window, the second story window. Make up a rhyme and say it in time and throw it out the window. Hey Diddle Diddle. This one was really fun for me. I had to remember the whole nursery rhyme. Hey diddle diddle. I had a, oh, sorry about that. Mary Had a Little Lamb. That was another one people asked for. Get up and dance when it's time. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went, she threw it out the window, the window, the window, the second story window. Make up a rhyme and say it in time and throw it out the window. And then somebody else said, row, row, row your boat. I didn't know you knew this many nursery rhymes, kindergartners and young fives. This is awesome. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily, merrily we will throw you out the window, the window, the window, the second story window. Make up a rhyme and say it in time and throw it out the window. Now there was another one I had never tried before. Somebody gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I threw it back again. So that's a good rhyme. So I tried that one, and this is what that one sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I get ready to dance. Threw it out the window, the window, the window, the second story window. Make up a rhyme and say it in time and throw it out the window. Now I'm going to show you one more. You're probably getting pretty tired dancing around. Maybe you will have lots and lots of exercise today. One of my friends in Miss Wagner's class made up her own rhyme using at words in the at family, and you've probably been learning a lot of these too. So she made up a rhyme and I put it into the song. She said, my cat wore a hat sitting on the mat. He was very fat. Actually, I put some extra words in there. She made up the first part, but it wasn't long enough to fit in our song, so I added in one more at word. Do you hear all those at words? My cat wore a hat sitting on the mat. He was very fat. And I tried to put that in our song, and this is what it sounded like. My cat wore a hat sitting on the mat. He was very fat, and we, threw him out the window, the window, the window, the second story window. Make up a rhyme and say it in time and throw it out the window. Thank you for your great ideas, guys, and I hope you got a chance to dance around. Now, that was last week's activity that we were just going to go over today. Now I have another activity for you to try today if you would like to, so you have some stuff to do all week long if you want. So let's talk about that next activity. Okay, so kindergartners and young fives, this week's activity is pretty easy, okay? We are going to go through and review our hello song with all of the different languages that we know how to say hello, but then there's going to be one more step, okay? I'm also teaching you a new one today. The kids in Mrs. Kutry's class and Mrs. Rosnack's class are the only kids who learned this one in kindergarten and young fives. Okay, that is because the last day that we had together at school was a red day, and I see them on red days, and I teach my new language on red days. Okay, so the kids who have music on orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, I didn't get to teach you this new one yet. Okay, so we all know 7, and Mrs. Rosnack's class and Mrs. Kutry's class know 8. So we're going to go through all of them with all of our beats. And before each language, I'm going to pause to see if you remember before I start. Okay? So, make sure you're sitting somewhere where you can be crisscross, or if you're sitting in a chair, you can also put your feet down like that. Okay? Crisscross for me is easier. We start with English. Here we go. Hello, hello, I'm so very glad to see you. Hello, hello, how are you today? Do you remember Spanish? That is correct. Hola, hola, I'm so very glad to see you. Hola, hola. how are you today? Do you remember French? I bet you do. Bonjour, bonjour, I'm so very glad to see you. Bonjour, bonjour, how are you today? Do you remember German? That one is Guten Tag. That's the one we always forget, that German one. Let's try it. Guten Tag, Guten Tag, I'm so very glad to see you. Guten Tag, Guten Tag, how are you today? I think we did Swahili next. Do you remember the Swahili word for hello? It starts with J. You are right, it's Jambo. Jambo, Jambo, I'm so very glad to see you. Jambo, Jambo, how are you today? I think we did the Czech one next. Pretty sure we did Czech next. Let's try it. Here we go. Ahoy, ahoy, I'm so very glad to see you. Ahoy, ahoy, how are you today? When we did the Japanese one, we had that harder beat. Oh wait, it wasn't knees clap, it was floor clap. Floor clap. That was the harder beat because it's a pattern. And then the word is tricky too. For Japan, do you remember it? Konnichiwa, konnichiwa, I'm so very glad to see you. Konnichiwa, konnichiwa, how are you today? Then we learned how to say it in Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, and I'm trying to remember what that beat looked like. I don't remember what ni hao looked like. Somebody made up a really great beat, and we used it for ni hao, and I don't remember it. Well, for now, for ni hao, while Mrs. Hill's trying to remember, why don't you make up your own beat for the Chinese one, for Mandarin Chinese, okay? Make up your own beat. I forgot what the beat was. I'll try to remember it. Here I go. Ni hao, I'm so very glad to see you. Ni hao, how are you today? I know it was probably somebody in the Young Fives class or Mrs. Davis's class that came up with the movement for ni hao. And if you remember what it is, show me. Take a picture or video for me. Now the new one that I taught the last time that we were together was just for the Red Day kids. So if you don't have music on a Red Day, you didn't learn this one yet. The word is in Hebrew. Okay, the language is Hebrew. And the word is shalom. Now watch my lips so you can see what's at the end of that word. Watch. Shalom, shalom. And shalom is an unusual word because in Hebrew it means three things. It means hello, goodbye, and I hope you have peace today. Almost like our mindfulness greeting about having peace, our mindfulness statement. So it's hello, goodbye, and peace. And so I actually already chose the movement that's going to go along with this one, with shalom, because we're actually going to do the sign language for peace. And it's pretty easy. You have to put your hands on top of each other so that one is facing this way and one's facing this way. And then you twist them and rub until they're facing the other direction. Oh, you probably see a tail in the picture. Tess, are you coming up to say hi? This is my cat, Tess. Hey Tess, did you want to say shalom to the kids? Unfortunately, right now you only see the rear end of Tess. Tess, why don't you turn around? They don't really want to see that. Tess, come here, babe. Come here. Come over here. Say hi to the kids. Oh, she's a loving, loving kitty, isn't she? She's a good girl. She's pretty fat, though. All right, let's try shalom. And again, here's our hand sign for peace. I'll do it above Tess so you can see. Your hands are facing different directions, and then they slide and turn until they're on the other side. Okay, let's try shalom. Here we go. Hey, Tess, can you scooch down so the kids can see me? Shalom, shalom, I'm so very glad to see you. Shalom, shalom, how are you today? I think I might have heard Tess singing along. Were you singing, Tess? So funny. All right, so those are all of the different ways that we have learned how to say hello, including our new one for today, which is shalom. Okay, now here is your job. Here's your activity. If you want one for this week, you do not have to do it, but if you and your grown-up would like to do some research, maybe on Google, and you could maybe find a way to say hello from a different country or in a different language that we did not do yet. And maybe you could make up a beat that goes along with it. Now here's the deal with beats. It has to be something we didn't do yet. Okay, it has to be a beat that we didn't do yet. Okay, and it has to be something that everybody can do. But if you go on Seesaw, you can actually take a picture. You might even be able to post a video, I think, to me, and I can approve it. But if you put that in there and you comment on today's video, then I can teach your language to everybody in kindergarten and young fives. Okay? So that's your activity for this week if you want to. If you want to, find another way to say hello in a different language and even choose a beat to go along with it. And send me your idea, and I will make sure we teach it to everybody on our next Music Monday. Okay? Hey, keep tuning into YouTube because I sometimes have read alouds, and my pets very often come to visit me. Max is coming over right now. I don't know if he's going to hop up on the couch or not, but Max is here. And I love to be able to get in contact with you, even if we just see each other on video for now. Okay? I miss you guys very much. Ciao.